We're going to explain how to calculate the number of months between two dates. This can be trickier than it seems because it depends on how you define between. Do you want to count only whole months or include partial months? Let's look at several approaches. 1. The simple subtraction method, whole months only. This method only counts whole months. Let's say your start date is January 15th, 2024, and your end date is March 10th, 2024. Subtracting the month numbers directly, 3 1 equals 2, gives you 2 months. However, this is a rough estimate and doesn't account for the days. It's suitable only when a close approximation is sufficient. If your dates are January 15th, 2024 and March 15th, 2024, you still get 2 months, making this approach accurate for dates with the same day of the month. But if the days differ, it can be misleading. 2. The more accurate method, considering days. For a more precise calculation, we need to consider the days. Using the same example dates, January 15th, 2024 and March 10th, 2024, the simple subtraction tells us 2 months. But the actual number of months is slightly less than 2 full months. This is because we don't complete the full month of January, and we don't reach the full month of March either. To do this accurately requires using a spreadsheet program, programming language like Python, or a specialized online calculator designed to handle date differences and provide the number of months, possibly with fractional months represented as decimals. 3. Using spreadsheet software, Excel, Google Sheets. Spreadsheet programs have built-in functions that handle date arithmetic with greater precision. The precise function names might vary slightly depending on the program, but they generally involve subtracting the start date from the end date and then converting the result into months. There are usually functions available that allow you to specifically extract month information. For instance, you might find a function that extracts the number of complete months passed between the dates. 4. Using programming languages, Python example. Programming languages offer powerful tools for date and time manipulation. In Python, you'd use the date and time delta objects from the datetime module. You subtract the start date from the end date to get a time delta object, and then you could devise a calculation based on the number of days in the time delta to approximate months. Keep in mind that a precise month calculation will need extra logic to handle the varying lengths of months and leap years. This often leads to the use of more complex libraries and functions for date math and programming. 5. Online. Date calculators. Numerous websites provide online date calculators. Simply input your start and end dates, and the calculator will return the number of months, often differentiating between whole months and partial months. These calculators typically handle the complexities of varying month lengths and leap years for you. Choosing the best method depends on the level of accuracy needed. If a rough estimate suffices, simple subtraction might do. For greater accuracy, a spreadsheet program, programming language, or an online date calculator is recommended. Always be aware of whether the result represents whole months, partial months, or a combination.